Hello everybody and welcome to Bath Mat Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about Transformers Kingdom Airazor. Now this figure is pretty good. I am a bit tired of it getting remolded, but because I don't know, it's not that crazy of a figure, but it's good. Don't get me wrong, it is quite a good figure. It's just, I don't know. It was never one of my personal favorites of Kingdom, and then it's been redone like 3,000,000,002 times. But, yeah, so good character and a good figure. A fun fact about Airazor is she is the first, gay Transformer. And I mean that very literally. You see, in Beast Wars, she had a romance with Tigertron, a male. And you might be like, Bathmat, that sounds pretty normal. Which it was. But in Japan, there was a bit of a funny mix-up where the people running it were like, you know what? I don't really want romance in my Transformers show. So, we're going to make Airazor a dude and be like Tigertron's squire or something. I think Tigertron was like a samurai-esque figure in that show. I don't quite remember. But, and that was all fine and dandy. So that's why they were spending a whole bunch of time together, and that's why, like, they're closer than, like, some of the other, Maximals. Until it got to the part where, like, they actually kissed. And that was, pretty hard to avoid that. So, to avoid the romance angle. So, Airazor became the first gay Transformer, and I think that's pretty funny. Just in trying to stay away from romance altogether, they accidentally made the first gay Transformer. Now, that has nothing to do with this figure, just a funny story. And anyway, let's talk about the actual figure now. So, this is quite a good figure. I mentioned when this first started, like, I'm a little bit tired of it being re-released over and over and over and over and over again. And that is true, but again, I must stress, that is not a diss at the figure itself. It is a good figure. So, yeah, articulation. You got full 360, blocked a little bit by the wings, but you can just move those out of the way. You got out that far, you got down, the shoulder pads are articulated, you got 90 degrees of bend, you got bicep swivel, you got nothing at the wrist, although you can bend it upwards, so you can do that for some reason. It's for transformation, but head is on a ball joint, waist is fully rotatable, legs go out quite far. That is insane. Forward that far, and if you need to lift this piece up, you can. Then back is much less, but you can move that out of the way and get a good range there. You just gotta unplug a couple of things. Then you got thigh swivel, over 90 degrees of bend. You can break her leg if you need to, and a ball joint at the foot, so you got ankle tiltage and up and down and all that jazz. And I suppose this is also articulation. I'm not used to doing anything more than standard. You got wing articulation, and depending on how you transform this is its standard configuration, but if you want to have it more in the bird mode, you can have much more. Although we'll go over that in, the alternate mode section. But as far as this goes, you can bring those out. And yeah. So, yeah, that's Airazor. For weapons, she has two missiles on her arms that kind of look like stand arrows from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, if you've seen that show. If you haven't, it's weird, but pretty good. Oh yeah, size comparisons. Here she is with my previous review Tigatron, not Tigatron, I've said that so many times, it's really bothering me. Tiger Hawk, which is a fusion of Tigatron and Airazor into one being. And he is, of course, much larger than her. And here she is with Batman. Let's just bring the camera down a little bit. There we go. Ah! Man, if you keep falling over, people are going to think you're not a good... You can't stand. She can stand just fine. Just a little bit back heavy. And yeah, so overall, pretty good. Yeah, you can do a whole bunch of aerial poses that are pretty fun. I like to... When I have her in flying poses, I like to fully extend the wings. And you can get some really good poses there that are very dynamic and like she's raining down fire upon the enemy and stuff like that. And yeah, so quite good. Now, transformation is quite interesting. Now, first you take these off and you can just put them right on her thighs, which if these were actual guns, which I mean, I guess technically she can hold her missiles like guns, but why would you do that? Do whatever you want. I don't care. But you can put those there, and if you leave them there, they will. You can. This is where they'll be once you transform her. So, yeah. So put those there first. Bring down the shoulder pads. Rotate these arms and bend it down at the wrist. Extend the wings out. Which, going back, you have to fold it up, then bring it down on this hinge, then fold that up, and bring that down, then do that to lock all that in. So, but going back, you just straighten it all out, and that's pretty easy. Then, while we're back here, we take these parts and bring this up, and then bring the chest fully up on these two hinges right here. I don't know how well you can see that when he's kind of in the way, but there's, yeah. Then, take the head and flip that around and peg this in again, like that. Then take the arms, peg that in, and rotate the waist, rotate the thigh, no, like knee, yeah, knee works, and then rotate the foot, then bring all this up, peg that in, same thing on this side, peg that in, then bring the legs down on that angle, push in the tail feathers, and you are done. And yeah, it's a pretty, as far as bird modes go, without either mode being a problem. Like, I've seen some bird modes that look good, but then there's quite a bit of kibble on the robot mode. And this has a good balance of both. Don't look at it from the bottom. It kind of reveals itself. But as far as from the top, yeah, it's pretty good looking. And from other angles. Now, articulation in the bird. You got ball joint there. You can bring the feet back. You got a full 360 at the head. It can look down that far. It can't look up at all. It can open at the mouth. So it can quaw, caw. And then it has a whole bunch of articulation at the wings. So you can fold it up however you want to do like a more perched position, or like you can, wait, you're supposed to stay tabbed in. You can bring these up and then like rock that forward so it could be more perched that way. I don't know. So quite a bit of posability for a bird, and that's cool. And yeah, that's about it. This has been Bathmat Reviews. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below on what figures I should do next. And yeah. Oh, one last thing. This is a, what's the name? I think it's a Paragon Falcon. That's what she turns into. Which I don't know how accurate this looks. To me, it didn't give Falcon vibes, but, you know, I'm a guy who knows more about Transformers than, well, most things, actually. So, I'm just an idiot. So, if it's not if it's actually a perfect, like, recreation of Paragon Falcon, and apparently they have robot bits on the bottom, and I just being an idiot, well, the more I know, I guess. And yeah, so this has been Bathmat Reviews. I already said that, but yeah. Bathmat Reviews, like, comment, and subscribe, all that jazz. Comment down below what figures I should review next, and I'll get to them if I can. And follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Bye.